A quick trip to Wyoming to visit my grandkids. Started in Arizona and stopped at Montezuma's Castle, and then spent the night with my brother-in-law and saw my nephews. Okay, David, we just talked to your brother.
Yep.
There's Don. And Kelly, what did Jonathan teach us today?
He taught us in Mongolian, UN, which is what's up, Nutska, which is naked, Demi Moore, which is ugly cat. So if you put all three of them together, UN, Nutska, Demi Moore.
What's up, naked cat?
Naked,
ugly cat.
No. The
things you learn from family as you drive. Who knows if it's true? Have to find some Mongolians to check it out. But along the way, we stopped in Thermopolis, saw the hot spring there, and the little thermal feature. There's also some buffalo there. But just the drive up from Arizona to Wyoming is spectacular. We also made a brief stop in Lander, Wyoming, part of my old stomping grounds, and went to Sinks Canyon, where we stopped and checked out the giant trout. But I didn't take any photos there, so you'll have to settle for these Thermopolis photos. Of course, we're on our way to Lovell, Wyoming, where my daughter lives. And we're not that far, and here's my daughter. Cool barn there. And did you know they've got a milk cow? Well, I guess she's not quite there yet, but soon she will be. And that's Jesse, one of my grandsons, showing me around. There's Danny with a couple of her horses. And of course, what's life on the farm without Kate and her cat? And there she's checking out her horse, getting ready for a little ride. It's evening. We didn't get there early, and there was some thunder, hail, and everything when we arrived, and in fact their power was out. In fact, the power in the whole town of Lovell was out. But it didn't take too long for it to come on, and then Kate decided she'd go for a little ride before the night settled in. Lovell's the biggest town in Bighorn County, with a population of around 2,300 people. It's a gateway to Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area, and of course you can go see wild mustangs in the Pryor Mountains. It's also got a big sugar beet factory, and it's not far from Yellowstone National Park, only about, well, I guess the east entrance gate's maybe about an hour. Let's ask Dean about his dinosaur collection. So how many dinosaurs do you have?
200.
200? Maybe 200?
He does, yeah. He got like a whole entire cave, thing of dinosaurs.
Kate, what are you feeding your chickens?
Hey. Good morning, food. There's way more in the food. They're like, I'm tired.
Just doesn't seem right, does it?
Yeah, it does. They love them. I guess I should have put them in my bowl. It's okay.
See if I can skip it past the garage.
Dean did include the chickens in his dinosaur count. And I don't know what this thing is, but that was pretty cool. But we're heading off to Yellowstone Park. First stop just outside the park. We checked out a bear. Jesse sees how big a bear paw is, and had to snap off a couple pictures. Kind of a cool little spot. There's me with Jesse. Think outside, no box required. And there's a phone booth. And there's a moose we saw. Didn't get a good picture of it, but we did a little hiking around there, snapped off a couple pictures. Hey, where are we?
We're in we're at Pahaska Teepee, right before Yellowstone.
Right before Yellowstone. And what do you got there, Jesse?
Buffalo fur.
Let's see it.
We don't know
Buffalo
where
fur.
it's off of. It might be off of the hind end, huh?
And Dean, what do you think?
Oh, don't stick it in his
Smell it.
Show him your dandelion. Dean has a dandelion.
Let's see it. Oh yeah, nice. And Kate,
What do you have?
what's your story?
Shoes.
She found
She's
a shoe.
got all of her
There's some poop.
wear from her
Ooh, poop.
What kind?
That
Looks
looks
like
like elk poop.
elk poop.
Elk or
Uh-oh,
moose.
Kelly got hurt.
And Jay, what do you have to say?
Did you guys walk through an ant?
I should probably stop now.
It's beautiful here already. Headed into the park.
Yep, they won't like this when they look back in a couple of years. But such is life.
Okay, Grandpa. Where are we?
We are in Wyoming, just outside Yellowstone Park. This is Jesse with his buffalo fur.
Okay.
This is Kate, displaying all her rodeo stuff.
She cried poop.
And she has,
And here's Dean.
and this is Dean.
Dean little bean.
All right. It was a nice little stop, snap off some pictures, stretch the legs, and even buy an ice cream bar before we headed into the park. And yeah, Kelly was there too. Here in Yellowstone Park, driving the road, you see the snow bank on the side.
Incredible.
And who am I with? My lovely daughter!
Oh, that's close.
And Dean. But look at this back here. Look at that little house up on the side of the hill.
That cannon right there, they'll blow that cannon off to cause avalanches.
Oh, wow.
Controlled avalanches.
See, I didn't know that. We just learned something. Here I am, Yellowstone National Park. Spectacular view. Yeah, it's almost June and some of the lakes and ponds are still frozen over. There's Kelly standing in the snow.
Yeah, that's it.
There's Dean. There's Jesse and Dean heading down. Check out the lake along with Kate. Good opportunity to stretch our legs. Every time I see Dean, he's climbing or jumping off something. Reminds me a lot of me as a kid.
What?
See here. Why'd we come here?
Jesse froze up.
Well, we came here because there was the world's most biggest ant pile in the whole entire world.
Ants, ants, and more ants.
It comes from here all the way down there.
And what's Kelly doing?
What I always do.
Eating.
She was like, whoa.
You see it? Look
What kind of flower is it? As usual, we don't know, so let's check out Kate's sweatshirt. Jackpot Series Champion. We are at the mud pots.
And the music back.
Walking the boardwalk at the mud pots. This is Churning Cauldron. See it boiling away there.
It was like,
Okay, we're at Burning Cauldron. And what other spot is this? The mud pots. And that's Kate. And that's Jesse. And the rest of them are somewhere else. Okay, I'm here with Jesse and Kate. Where are we?
Black Dragon Cauldron.
And can you tell me anything about it? When was it formed?
This mud pot is into existence since 1948, blowing trees out by roots.
Wow, that would have been
And forever
cool.
changing this once quiet forest hillside. Okay.
You sound like you really know what you're talking about.
I do. Okay, so this named the new features. Oh yes, I forgot. Silly me. Okay, so it erupted in 10 to 20 foot like bursts of black mud. Just excruciating, just awful.
Wow.
So yes.
And Jesse, what do you think about all that?
Well, I think it's pretty cool.
I think Jesse summed it up pretty well. It's pretty cool. And Kelly gives it a thumbs up. Let's check out some more of the sights here at the mud pots. Seems like every time we come here, we see a dead buffalo. If you're there at the right time, you probably see a grizzly bear chewing on that buffalo.
This is the mud volcano. Do you have anything to add to that, Kelly?
Nope. Mud volcano, that's all I got.
Here we have Dragon Mouth Spring. It looks like it's coughing something up here because we're just in a cloud now. Oh, it's clearing. Can we see anything now, or the lens all fogged over? Look at that. Isn't that cool?
Look at that. See, iPhone lenses don't fog.
In addition to the thermal features, Yellowstone's known for all its waterfalls.
What's the name of this fall?
Spectacular waterfall.
Anyone know?
Tower Falls, the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. It's all right in this area. You can check it out from different viewpoints from both sides of the canyon. And any of the views are spectacular. But we're heading around through the center of the park, heading towards another site. And we stopped at Gibbon Falls, and what's that? A chicken in their car.
I am here at Gibbon Falls with Kate. Kelly. And the rest.
There's a squirrel. Oh wait, no, that's a
Chipmunk.
Oh yeah. That's a tiny one. That looks like a baby chipmunk.
You won't see Danny or Dean here, because Dean wasn't feeling so well and he was asleep in the car.
I've gone further.
So Danny stayed with
Do I
him.
have to go further
So we
still?
checked out Gibbon Falls. Jesse and Kate. Not the most spectacular of the waterfalls, but it did give us a chance to stop and stretch our legs.
All right, we are at Gibbon Falls.
Gibbon Falls.
It's called Gibbon Falls because there's falls.
I thought maybe.
I have an idea. We could leave Kelly here.
I thought maybe there were several monkeys around here or something.
Gibbons.
Gibbon monkeys.
What are you
Dean was sleeping, so we skipped some of the other sites.
It's making it now.
But we made it to Grant Village,
Jerry,
Yep.
here, wait. Keep it
where
going.
we'd
'cause
be
we have
spending the
no
next
crossing.
couple nights.
We have fallen trees in the path that we have to navigate.
Major obstacles.
We took the walk through the snow, check out the restaurants. Then we wanted to wander down by the lake.
Here we are at Grant Village,
Just a spectacular view,
looking over the lake.
calm as can be. Beautiful sight.
Smile, Dean. Dean.
There's Dean playing at the edge of the lake. Yep, that's a great spot for photos. So I got a picture of me with all my grandkids. And if you take one, you got to take another one. And maybe another one. And maybe another one. And one of them, hopefully we all look good. There's the 3 grandkids together. Maybe not the best, but There's just something to be said, spending time out in nature with your family, daughter and grandkids. There's our whole group. Since Kelly was there, he could snap the picture for us. And you'll notice, no thumb in the picture.
They think they found a snail, so they've called the snail expert. So they think. And what did we find?
But it doesn't have a shell. That thing, it's just moving back and forth.
Turns out they found nothing. So we continued to explore, play on some of the logs. There's Kate. And just the views of the lake. And there's the Lake House restaurant. First day of the season that it's open, and we're heading there for tacos. $5 for one individual taco. And when the guy told us about them, he showed they were much larger than what they really were. Now, looks like it's not the next day. Since it stays light till about 9 o'clock, we decided we'd head around the corner to West Thumb Basin. And even though it's a little bit late, it wasn't dark quite yet, great time to be there. The elk are wandering around, get some good pictures of them. And of course the crowds are much lower. Still a few people there, but we pretty much could do and see whatever we wanted. Snap off a couple pictures of the elk. Just a cool sight with the smoke or steam rising up and the elk out grazing and the various thermal pools, thermal features. West Thumb Basin is one of the smaller geyser basins in Yellowstone, yet it's a must-see as it is the largest geyser basin on Yellowstone Lake. The water in Abyss Geyser reaches 140 degrees, and some of the steam vents surrounding it 275 degrees. The evening's a great time to take photos as really no one's around, so I took a video of Danny and Jay. Of course, it got photobombed by Kelly. Somewhere I've got a picture of me standing next to this little feature about 45 years ago. Just interesting. Now I'm there with my grandkids. Last year, here at Abyss Pool in West Thumb Basin, a ranger found a shoe with a partially dissolved foot in it. Did you know that there have been 20 people that have died from scalding hot water at Yellowstone? So be careful. It's beautiful, but don't jump in. Kelly actually bought a book in the gift shop that tells about some of the strange deaths and events that take place here at Yellowstone National Park.
But it's neat.
But
It's the best we got.
it's a beautiful place. And just sitting there in the evening, watching the steam rise off the thermal features. Just relaxing and spectacular, especially when you're with family and friends. Interesting to feel the warmth of the steam on a cool night.
You feel the warmth?
Go over there, you'll feel it, but
Does it feel warm?
probably is.
It is. That's why the steam's coming off.
Though I didn't know it at the time, this would be our only day and night at Yellowstone with our whole group. because unfortunately, Dean had a rough night and wasn't doing very well. So they decided to take him to Billings to the doctor the next morning. Doctor checked him out, and it doesn't appear to be anything serious, which is fortunate. But it was a great day with family. Hope you enjoyed the video.